Which, again, is going to raise the question, was he worth the number 1 overall pick in that case? If he's Kyler Murray status, the answer is no.
Producers, well, they're forcing us to do it. Everybody in the comments, well, I should say, there was one comment that said, now do Caleb Williams after our Bo Nix video last week. So, by popular demand, and
was
because...
one comment, everybody in the comments?
Well, the
setting
producers are making
YouTube
us...
on fire here.
I can't say anything about it. So, we're talking Caleb Williams, his rookie season. We're evaluating whether or not, well, how good is he? Is he the generational talent that everybody said he was going into the draft? Did he deserve the first overall pick? And, well, with that offensive talent they had on that roster, how do you see him doing after his first season?
Okay, well, Dirk, I think it would be challenging at this juncture to make the point that he deserved to go number 1 overall, as Jaden Daniels is on the cusp of taking the Commanders to the Super Bowl. That would be a hard argument to make. Don't know if I'm going to go out on that limb, but I will go out on this limb. If there is something to salvage Caleb Williams' rookie season, it is the abysmal offensive line play, obviously coaching, a lot of upheaval in Chicago, not the best circumstances for the guy to flourish. We'll put it that way. So, is there a chance that he makes a big correction next year? I think so. Now, how big of a correction that is, we'll find out. But I don't think that it's... You can't write Caleb Williams off just yet.
Well, if their new head coach had the success he had with Jared Goff and turning him around, I think the same can be said. Now, I don't think that this is the level of turnaround that you're thinking, Mike. Statistically, his touchdown, interception ratio, his passer rating, his completion rating, the yards, all of that was actually pretty darn good if you look at it. I mean, he has a pretty significant one. We're not talking Vince Young. We're not talking Jamarcus Russell. We're not talking about some type of situation where he had this abysmal 15, 17 game, rookie season where you're throwing 17, 18 plus interceptions with only 10 touchdowns.
Now, we got to pause this now because Vince Young in his rookie year was not that bad.
Okay.
Vince Young was decent, actually. Because you're going to get roasted on the comments for that one. VY had an okay rookie season, but...
Jamarcus Russell. Well, okay. So, Mike, I guess the point is that if there is any division where you could turn around, and probably the most overrated division, we'll make that claim, is the NFC North. You know why? You have a 14-win season, and then you go and...
Everyone's gone. Yeah.
I mean, you play a game like that in L.A.
Yeah.
Oh, also, we'll get into the reseeding need as well. But back to Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, well, I think that he'll have a turnaround season. I still think the Bears will be competitive in the NFC North next year. You'll see the Vikings return back to, regress to the mean. And, well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Detroit. So, overall, just from the landscape of the NFC North, I think they do have a bounce-back season. Also, that talent on that offense, everywhere between DJ Moore to Cole Kmet to, Rome Duns, I think all of those guys are going to produce, and you can't keep out Keenan Allen as the vet that if he comes back, well,
he's getting a little bit up there in the years, though.
I know, but the talent there is just amazing, right?
There's talent. I think, though, as a counterpoint, I think Detroit will be very much back if you look at the cap situation.
They lost their OC and DC.
Yeah, but they returned so many good players, and they have cap space. I mean, it's just... I have a feeling Detroit is going to be a juggernaut still. The Packers are still a solid situation. The Vikings are going to be rolling it with J.J. McCarthy, which is going to be an interesting scenario all around. We don't really know what to expect there. I think, here's the thing, Dirk. I don't think that Caleb Williams was as bad as a lot of people put it on this year. I also don't know if he was really that good at times, too. There were certain games where he was abysmal. There were also certain games where he was pretty good.
Dude, how much is that just Eberflus just being completely incompetent? Think about that game.
There is some
end of the season. You have almost a minute left. Fourth quarter, you're driving, and they don't take a timeout. They let it burn. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I will say this. I think Caleb Williams has the tools still to... You look at, going back. Again, much different game, much different era, but... Elway, Peyton Manning had their ups and downs as rookies both. Those guys were obviously super, super talented. Caleb Williams, super talented, had a lot of downs. I don't think it's too, late for him to turn things around, but I do think, you're going to need a lot of hard work in the offseason, a lot of development. And to your point, he does need really good coaching and mentorship.
So if I'm going to make a claim,
Yeah.
this one might be out there, but if I'm going to say, what does his future prospects look like? I think you're looking at someone like Kyler Murray as a pretty good comparison, not size-wise, but a pretty good comparison of where I think the quality of the quarterback play you're going to get out of Caleb Williams going forward.
Which, again, is going to raise the question, was he worth the number 1 overall pick in that case? If he's Kyler Murray's status, the answer is no. Same with if he's Baker Mayfield's status, right? We've established those guys are decent quarterbacks, but is Caleb Williams a generational talent if that's where he lands? Probably not.